So we'll learn how to make this hairband with ankara. Okay, so materials you need is your crinoline. I'm using a white crinoline which measures about 6.5, not up to 7 inches. 6.5. Then you need your your hairband, your measuring tape, your alice band, and your ankara fabric. Please don't mind my voice. So the measurement for this ankara fabric folded into two, I took the measurement and unfold. It was 22.5 inches, which means it is 45 inches length, and the width is 2 inches. The width is 2 inches. So we'll be using this to form a bias. So how do you form bias? You fold both ends to the middle, then you fold again. So when you fold, you iron it down so you can easily work with it. Okay, the entire length of the ankara fabric. Let's go again. You fold both sides to the middle and fold again. Fold both sides to the middle and fold again. You get? Then I'll go and do this off camera. I have done that. I folded it to the middle and then folded again. So I'll be putting my crinoline in between the ankara fabric, sort of using it to bias it. I told you we are making ankara bias. So you are going to put it in between. You open it up, put it in between your ankara fabric. So I'm using pin to hold it down, but I'll be moving to my sewing machine to do it the entire length. And remember, the length of the crinoline is the same with the length of the ankara fabric. So the crinoline is still 45 inches. So I have done that. So you see this part that has thread. I'm going to show you the function of this thread. You can still use your needle and thread or do it without this. So this thread, you can actually drag it to gather your crinoline at that point. You can actually drag this. Okay, so you're going to watch me drag it to form gathers. Okay, another thing is this. I'm doing this for the purpose of this training. Please, if you are making hairband, increase the length of your ankara fabric and your crinoline. You can use up to 80. What is 8? Up to 120 inches. Okay, to make a very big something that looks beautiful. So this is me gathering from this side, from the sides of the ankara fabric. I'm going to gather it sides, then before I move to the side with the thread. So I'm going to gather all the sides that you don't have your ankara fabric on. All the sides you don't have your ankara fabric on. You are making a running stitch in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So when you get to this end, you gather this end again to meet your ankara fabric. So you can use up to 120 inches or even more to make layers of it. Okay, because I feel that this I used is small. You can use it to make a full fascinator. So after gathering it, see what I'm going to do. I'm going to place one end on the other end. Okay, I'm going to place it in to blend it in. You know I love blending so that the flow will be nice. So I just lift up one side, place it on the other side, and then you go ahead and tack. Okay, so that's what I did. Place it on the other end and tack. You can arrange it anyhow you want. See, arrangement is optional. That's where your creativity comes out. And remember, I used a soft crinoline. I will advise you use a hard crinoline. If you use it, you see the way it's standing. So after tacking, this is what I have. So I went ahead to pick up my Alice band. You know, now normally I place by the side of the Alice band. Determine how you want it to look to stay on your Alice band. So you can place it this way, you can place it this way, let it move to the front, coming out like dropping in your face, on your face. So it's optional. Anyhow you place it is fine. So I went ahead to apply my gum. After applying my gum, I carried my crinoline. I allowed it to get tacky a little bit, and then I placed it on my hairband the way I want it to sit. And I'm okay with this. See the way it looks? So, now this side is not looking neat. The under, I'm going to use a fabric to cover it. So I cut out a circle fabric, place my gum, then cover it. I used old Alice brand, and meanwhile, not only covering, it will give extra support to my crinoline hairband. Okay, this is beautiful. So you see this side now, I patched my Alice band, so I don't really like it. So if you have flowers, you can go ahead. Even the trade aspect that came out, just place your flowers this way. You see the way I'm placing stuff. Place it this way. I don't have a feathers to use for this. Actually, I'm not making this for a client. Okay, so I'll just give it to my niece. So I don't want to put feathers there. Okay, so you just go ahead, cover that area. But I think I want to do something. Yes, even though I'm not going to place feathers, let it look nice. So I drag this point down. You see, I now remove one of the beads. I drag this point down to cover that area, and it came out fine. So use your gum and hold it down, and your hairband is ready. Place your gum and then hold it down. Nothing else. Your hairband is ready. So you've learned how to bias, right? So this is your hairband sitting pretty. I'm sure you want to try this with that tiny ankara fabric you have.